guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie and welcome to Wanda's World. This is the world where we speak about the world of social work, the world of hair and beauty, the world of property and anything else I want to chuck on my channel that I feel would be beneficial for you guys. I'll just chuck it on my channel. Today we are doing a video that has been literally the long awaited video about what social workers get paid. We are here to literally tell, we're going to be very transparent, guys. We're literally going to tell you guys about what the different roles in social work, what they get, and in fact what we've been paid, which is, yeah, this is not something that I actually thought I'd share, but what we've been paid since being social workers for nearly 9 years. And yeah, let's get right into the video. Obviously I've got I wouldn't even say she's a guest. She's not even a guest on my channel, but guys, we have Shells here. I need to actually let you guys know, so what me and Shells are doing for you guys, we've had multiple, we've had a number of people message us on Instagram saying you and Shells need to do a video together, you and Shells need to get together, you and Shells, you and Shells, you and Shells, you and Shells, you and Shells. So we thought, you know what, it's just best for us to do social work content together and bring it to you guys on both of our channels. Shells' channel is called I Am Shells. I'm going to put the details right here. And what we're doing today, on this very day, we are recording 2 videos, and we'll record one for my channel and one for Shelly's channel. So make sure you check out the Shells' channel and make sure you subscribe to her channel. We will bring you guys 2 videos every month of social work content. We asked you guys what you guys would like to see. We have a series of questions, so we will use that to guide us throughout the whole social work content stuff that we're doing. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys really get into it. Feel free to get into the comments and just get involved and speak to us and blah blah, and engage on my channel, engage on Shells' channel. Shells' channel, she'll speak about what we're going to do on there. But anyways, guys, let me get Shells to introduce herself officially, just so you know who she is, for those that don't. And you know, Shells, tell us what you do, how long you've been a social worker for, how you know me, and yeah, let's get into it.
I am Shells, and I am a senior practitioner in the MASH team, and I'm Steph's friend. We met at university. How long ago was it now? I always forget.
Nearly 9 years ago.
Nearly 9 years.
2011.
Yeah, so it's
10 years ago.
10 years ago. We met in first year whilst we was on our degree, and we've remained in contact ever since, and she's literally my sister. So yeah, period. But yeah, so
but what do? You do a podcast.
Oh, you want me to talk about
talk about what you do?
Oh, what I do. Okay, so I am also half of a podcast, so it's called Mama Drama Pod, and it's basically talking about everything parenting, motherhood, and the other stuff in between. Yeah, so check it out. If you follow me, or if you find me, or you get on my channel, you'll definitely see it in the description box as well.
Yeah, and that's on period.
I said to Steph when we actually discussed planning this content, I do not want to glamorize it in any way, shape or form. Yeah, because this is what you could get before tax.
So guys, let's get right into this video. Guys, how much do social workers get paid? Let me start by saying this video is not actually structured or planned. We haven't actually written stuff or da-da-da. This is how we plan on doing our videos. Is going to be literally just very raw, very colloquial, in the sense that we'll just talk about how we feel and whatever that's on our mind in that moment, and what we feel about social work in that moment, and our experiences. We'll be very honest, very transparent, so expect literally the real. Period. Literally. But guys, how much do social workers get paid? You guys have been waiting for this content. Should we start by speaking about newly qualified social workers?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, first of all, how much did you get paid as a newly qualified? What was your starting salary?
Do you know how long ago that was?
I know what mine was.
Do you know? Yeah. Do you remember yours?
Yeah.
I think mine, don't quote me, it was 27.5 point something, let's say 3 maybe per annum, and this was as a permanent social worker.
Yeah, as a permanent social worker, my starting salary as a newly qualified was 27,000 and something.
Yeah.
So below 28,000. At the time, I thought, yeah, it's fine, it's okay. You know, we're at our mum's houses, living at home. We're not paying bills as such, and yeah, it is what it is. And then
no, let's not downplay it, because I think in a lot of like other jobs, professions, like 27 is quite a decent number for a starting salary when you've just like graduated and stuff. So
then when you get into it and you get into social work and you think, wait, this is a mad job. Like, for what we're doing, we're thinking, nah, the starting salary can be 32. To be honest, I was 27. It was a London borough, but it was a London borough that's very stingy, and it's a London borough that's on the outskirts of, not outskirts of London, but not London, but it's a London borough of, I won't say where it was, and they are very stingy in what they pay. And from what I heard from other people, some of their other people's starting salary was like 30k or 31, 32k. Did you ever have that?
No, I think we all pretty much, all the newly qualifiers outside in my London, so I was a London local authority in a London, and I think we were all pretty much the same amount.
Okay.
I think there are like, disparities, I'll say like, what's that word? Changes, like, I think if they really like you, if they have the budget, they will either offer you more or based on your experience as well.
But not that much more.
Because in the grand scheme, once you get taxed and stuff, it's pretty much you're taking home the same amount.
You're taking home like less than 2k a month.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the average.
Yeah.
And then when you become a social worker, I would put your, I don't know about you, but if you go up the pay grade situation, this is as a permanent social worker, by the way. I don't believe newly qualified should be agency. It's just not a healthy way to go in your profession, in my opinion. But yeah, you go up the pay grade, which is about 1 to 2k.
Yeah.
So you then go up to like roughly 30,000.
Yeah, around 30,000. Yeah.
Then the following year, where you're still a social worker, you then go up another 1,000. If your manager's nice, they can put you up 2,000, but that's the max.
So yeah, what they will do is when you have like your reviews and stuff as a permanent worker, they'll talk about your salary, what your expectations are, what you want to take home, and then your manager will see like whether it's within their budget and if they can like actually accommodate and actually go up, and then put you on that is it pay scale, POS, whatever it's called. I can't remember. Yeah, do you remember that? Yeah. So put you on that pay scale.
Yeah. So I was on £32,000 per annum when I was a social worker for 2 to 3 years. Yeah, 32k, and it was just like 2,000 and something pounds. Not even mid 2,000, just scratching the 2,000 mark. And I remember thinking like, okay, yeah, that's cool living at our mums, but then I want to buy a house. So then when I thought, you know what, I want to buy a house, I need to start saving. I was able to save £1,000 a month at that time and still pay like little bits of money for like bills and whatever else I want like to fund my lifestyle. But I was able to comfortably save £1,000 per month. Until I thought, nah, this is just not it. This is going to take way too long. And plus, I've done the calculation where where they calculate your affordability, what kind of house you can get, blah blah blah. I was told at the time that on a 32k salary, you can only get a house, like a one bed, costing roughly 170 to 180,000 pounds property, which was not giving me anything. Not what I wanted. My vision was I wanted a semi-detached house. I wanted a 2 to 3 bed. I wanted, just not something that costs less than £200,000. So I thought, cool, what's the next step? And I thought, you know what, agency. So I then went agency. I think, when did you go agency?
We done it at the same
Same
time.
time.
I remember actually we had a conversation. I was like, nah, Steph, I'm actually going agency. And you wasn't scared, but you was like, Charles, are you sure?
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, Steph, like, we can do this. Like, because I had another friend who was agency at the time. She's like, what are you doing? Like, you've done your ASYE now. Like, you've even stayed at, like, another year or whatever, however long it was probably a year and a half. She's like, you need to go agency now, like, you're fully competent. So I was like, Steph, we need to do this, let's go agency. So we was literally like going back and forth. It was like, when are we gonna do it? Like, let's plan, let's do it, let's hand on notice in, let's do it.
I literally had a random phone call from an agency saying, this is how much I'm going to offer. And it was, I remember saying that this is God, because it came just at the right time, because I was having those conversations and I just randomly got this phone call saying, oh, are you looking for an agency role? Blah, 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 blah. And I said, yes. I am. And at the time, he was offering £30 per hour. I remember it was roughly just over 50k a year, and with my expenses was I think it was roughly 54k actually. Let me just double check. So I was on £54,600 per annum. You can see from 32k per year as permanent to 54,000, which is roughly like £22,000 more. It's a flipping no-brainer.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was like 3 years into my career at that time, and I thought, this is a no-brainer. I am out. So then when I did that, £54,000, I was able to buy a property on my own, a three bedroom, semi-detached. You know, all those all the standards that I had at the time for myself, and that's how I was able to achieve that. What about you?
So for me, it's mad because we started it together and we was like, yeah, we're going to do this. So we was literally saving. So we'd hold each other accountable.
I remember we even bloody opened a
opened a joint savings. Can you imagine? Like, not many people do this, but we actually opened a joint account together,
just to save.
And we were just saving. Like, we was like, let's do this. Like, we was like, no, we have to make sure we hit our target. So we was doing that. So we both actually saved like really well in like our first year and whatever. And then life took a little bit of a turn for both of us.
Charles got engaged and then Charles had to leave the account.
Yeah. So I literally got engaged and then I was getting married. So the next thing for me was that I was thinking about my house, but then I was like, oh, do I want to get married first and then move in together, or then move in and get a house? For me, I'm not buying a house with someone that I'm not married with, period. So I don't care. Like, people will do it differently. That's up to them, but for me, I'm not gonna like get an asset with someone and then not be like actually committed. Yeah. So yeah, we decided that it would be better to get married first. So we actually paid for our wedding outright, no loans, whatever, done all of that, and then started saving for our house. So yeah, that's how it went for me.
And I was literally,
you done it the other way. You were single.
I became single and then literally was saving
for your house.
Yeah,
so,
for my house, and then just bought a house.
And then she bought her house. Yeah. So that's where it turned. I think my first agency job, it was it was that local authority was going through Ofsted, so they were like paying like a very decent rate.
What was yours?
35.
35. Mine was 30.
Yeah, so that was my first. So they were literally paying like top rate for someone who's literally just been newly qualified, left their role, whatever. Not newly qualified, social worker, your first agency role. Yeah, they were paying, you know, quite really decent. So for me, I was like, it was a no-brainer again, and it just made sense. And yeah, financially, obviously, you're in a much better position to do what you need to do.
Period. So basically, newly qualified on average 27 to 28 or 27 to 30k starting. Social worker permanent about 30 to, let's say, 35.
I wouldn't even go 35.
34,
34 max.
Yeah, as permanent. But as agency social worker roles, you can earn between £30 an hour, sometimes 28, can't lie.
Yeah.
Between £28 per hour to £35 per hour.
Yeah.
That's literally roughly between 50k to 65k, 66k roughly. That's literally what you can get as a social worker. moving on to the next step, which would be a senior practitioner, which is what we both are now. As permanent, you can actually earn roughly between 35 to about 40k as permanent. And then as agency,
it varies.
It varies.
Varies.
So I'll be very honest, and I'll tell you guys that the highest I've ever been paid as a social worker, and I was earning this for about 2 years plus, nearly 3 years. I was on 88k per hour.
Cha-ching, chang.
Sorry guys, quick correction, had to quickly check. I was not on £88,000 per annum. I was on £83,000 per annum, which included my expenses per week. I said to 88k per hour.
Cha-ching, chang.
Sorry, I meant £88,000 per annum. And I was able to fund my lifestyle. I just bought a house. I was able to furnish. I was able to do everything I needed to do, maintain my lifestyle, get a new car.
I'm not gonna lie, I've not seen that figure yet. So I've actually not seen that figure.
Really?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
And that was a very comfortable lifestyle. However, I was in child protection. Let me make you guys very aware that the only way you can actually earn that amount in social work is in child protection, because they are very desperate. They literally want anybody. Most of the times, sometimes they even offer 50k per hour. They even offer £55 per hour because they are running like projects, and that's because the local authorities and shit, or they're just in shit. So they just
or Ofsted are there.
Yeah.
They
need help.
To
ASAP.
clear it
It's
up.
like SOS kind of thing.
Yeah.
Once you see that, just know it's a red flag. Just know that when you go in there,
you're gonna be shut.
You're gonna be in hell. You're gonna be in hell.
Yeah.
Listen, the fire's gonna be burning. You're gonna be like, literally typing all this shit. Like literally, you're in hell fire.
Yeah. No, literally.
Hell fire. Yeah.
I've seen, like, the thing is, yeah, when you join an agency, or even when you start looking, you will see, like, they'll regularly, like, share what roles are out there, what's coming out. They'll share the pay rates or whatever. And for me, that's always been a red flag. If I see a very high amount of money, I just know that that is going to come with a ton of shit or stress. So for me, I've always kind of like steered clear from that, because I just know the reasons why I don't want to be in assessment, which links to one of the videos that we've done. You can check it out already. But yeah, so for me, I've just steered clear from that. I've never ever done like child protection at all in terms of like safeguarding long term. I've done like CNF assessment, referral assessment.
Long term.
I've never ever done long term,
done.
and I'm never going to do long term. Like, yeah, it's just not gonna happen for me. It's not for me. I don't want to be involved for that length of time, and it doesn't matter how much is being paid. I don't know, maybe I could do it for 3 months. I don't think I could do anything longer than that. 3 months.
Yeah, I wasn't long term.
For 2 years.
Was that long term? Yeah, it was long term.
That was long term.
Yeah.
Safeguarding, yeah, that's a very, very long time to be in safeguarding. Like and you already know, you've heard her horror stories. So,
but frontline's frontline. Assessment, you're still doing calls sometimes. You're still like having to take kids away regardless of the situation. If it's imminent, if it's like, it can be very fast and very intense.
Yeah.
Long term, same thing. You could be holding the case, and then shit hits the fan, and you have to do what you have to do. Just like boom, boom, boom. Like, you guys have watched our videos. Well, if you haven't watched our video about why we left CP Frontline, please go and watch it. It's on my channel. But yeah, that literally, if a local authority is paying £50 an hour, even £40 an hour, it's a red flag, because literally you're about to enter hellfire. Seriously, it's a red flag, but it is what it is. But then at the same time, I don't know about you, but I literally I accepted a reduction in my salary just to come out of child protection frontline, and the reduction was roughly £20,000 per annum, because I went back down to £35 per hour, because it makes complete sense, and that's in the MASH team. I don't think you can get up to that £40 per hour in the MASH team.
No.
And Why do you think that is?
I know the reason why is because you're literally in the desk and you're you're not going to no one's house, so there's no risk there. You don't have to handle any court cases. You're not handling any high profile cases. There's less pressure. Not to say that it's not stressful, because it still is stressful, but there's less pressure in that team. And there's more stability in the MASH team. People are less likely to leave, so they probably just need you to fill either a gap, i.e. if someone's gone on maternity leave or if someone's on long-term sick. But most times in the MASH team, you're only an agency worker to cover a role, or if they need like extra work because extra workers because they've got extra work on. That's the only reason why I don't think they pay as much. Even though MASH is still kind of essentially frontline, because we're the front door, you're not going to ever get paid as much as you would if you was in an assessment team.
Where you're doing home visits and
literally,
work
yeah. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, MASH is that team that literally everyone wants to be in, but it's that team that you need like a lot of experience to be in, because you're making decisions very, very quickly, and you're making important decisions very, very quickly. So they want you to be very experienced. More time they want you to have MASH experience.
Yeah.
And obviously people are thinking, how do I get MASH experience if you didn't let me work in
the MASH
team?
Literally.
But yeah, more time they want people that's already worked in MASH before, or people that's just very experienced, and that's how me and Charles managed to get in there. So people that are in there, they don't leave, because it's one of the best teams in social care to work for. Speaking on that, we were going to speak about the teams in social work, but we're going to make it very personal on Charles' channel, and why we would work for certain teams and why we wouldn't. But anyway, just make sure you watch that content on Charles' channel. Anyway, yeah, MASH is just that team that literally you're not doing visits, you're not doing court work, you're not doing like much paperwork, so they're not going to pay you up to £40. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So then going on to the next part of the next role in social work, which would be management. Management, let's split it into three. So when I say three, you've got the managers, that's the managers to the social workers. Then you've got the managers, then you've got the directors.
Yeah. I've never seen, to be honest, like an agency director role come out before ever. Like ever, they're more or less permanent. Yeah, it's very internal. Like it's somebody who's been a manager, who's been there for really long, and then they progress. As far as team manager or service manager, I have seen a few roles, and to be quite fair, in my opinion, they don't get that much more.
Let me not lie, they get the same as senior practitioners.
I was about to say that. They don't get that much more than a senior prac or somebody who's working in safeguarding, doing that as an agency worker. So
they get envious.
Yeah. I ain't saying she. But yeah, they don't get that much more. It might be a couple of pounds more, but remember I think that the further you move out from working with clients or service users, I think the more or the less you kind of get paid, if that makes any sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say?
Basically.
Yeah, so if you don't have that hands-on experience and you're not doing that frontline, CP, court, etc., and there's less kind of like risk involved, maybe you're further removed from the service users, you're not getting as much. If that makes sense.
And that's why a lot of child protection social workers get paid the most.
Yeah. No, I think they do period, regardless. They get paid the most. Unless it's like a special like pilot project or something that a local authority is trying for the first time and they've been given like an extra budget, which you'll find agency workers, they'll come out and say, oh, there's a new thing going, a new post, it's never been done before, blah, 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 blah. And they're offering, I don't know, like let's say, 38 or 9 pounds per hour. And then, that's different. But more time, it's the literally safeguarding roles where you would literally get the most money.
So literally permanent managers of the social workers and senior practitioners, on average they get paid roughly, I'd probably say from about 50k to roughly 60.
Yeah.
Probably 65 in some local authorities, but then as you guys can see, that's what you get. That's you can get paid as high as 65, 68k in a MASH team as a senior practitioner, and you can get paid that amount as a social worker in a child protection setting, but as a locum as well. And that's what managers get paid permanent. Now the managers that are agency in as you know social workers managers that are agency, they get paid roughly like sometimes £40 an hour. £40 to £50 an hour, and £50 is if the local authority is very desperate. So still roughly the same as senior
practitioner. Yeah. That it's not that much more. So don't think because you've
now leveled up
you're going to get paid much more money. No. No.
So do you know what? Just to quickly say, I'm not someone that wants to progress in the career social work. I feel like senior practitioner is like my end. It's like the highest I'd like to get. I wouldn't want to be a social work manager in this life of mine. And I wouldn't like to be a social worker's a director or anything like that. That's not something I aspire to be in my life. So I'm pretty happy with the salary that a senior practitioner gets paid, which is very similar to a manager's salary, and I'm happy to stay there, and I'll tell you why. So apart from the fact that I'm not a fan of the career in itself, it's also the fact that I don't plan on going permanent for any reason ever, right? I plan on staying agency. If I was to stay in the social work career, I'll always be agency. But then there isn't much social work manager roles as agency. No, you probably see one sprinkle, one or two, and then once you get that role, they'll then start persuading you to be permanent, and then you'll feel a bit pressure to take it because there aren't other manager agency roles to fall back on. Yeah. But you always find social worker and senior practitioner roles. Yeah. You always find that. Yeah. And sometimes most times when you go manager, and then you leave, and there isn't any manager roles as agency, you don't feel like you have to then step back down to
I've seen that a few times where like people have been managers and they have to fall back down to senior prac because the roles are just non-existent and there's not as many.
There isn't as many at all. Same way as you get higher, it just diminishes basically. You can't find director roles as agency and stuff like that. Yeah. But directors,
I don't know how much they get.
They get paid the shmoney, honey. Basically, they get paid the shmoneys, like the free figures of the world.
Do they? Yeah. Have you checked it out?
I've seen it. I've seen like 96k per annum. I've seen the 100ks.
Wow.
Am I trying to shit?
I never knew. No, you're not. I don't think you are.
Pretty sure I've seen that.
I never knew that. Wow. Okay.
Let me do some research.
Yeah, let her do some quick research. And I think a very, very, very important thing for you guys to know is that there's like levels to this, and when you are an agency worker, you have to be basically employed under an umbrella company.
There's three types of ways to get paid as an agency worker, but I think that's another video.
That is another video, but so just so you guys are aware,
roughly about between £80,000 to 100k.
Yeah, that's good.
But like Charles said, the reason, guys, if you guys have been following me since I started, I did say that I'll speak about how much social workers get paid, and that was 2 years ago. Now the reason why I didn't want to do this video is because I saw people saying, "Oh, Steph, you inspire me to do social work. I want to, follow, just do as well as you have." But then I found that people were probably thinking I'm trying to glamorize the profession, indirectly. But the thing is, all these money that you're seeing, you probably see it as shine. It's shining. This is good pay. Oh my gosh, I want to be a social worker. Let me tell you right now, like, this is not to glamorize social work at all. We want out. We want the exit. Like, and that simply tells you it's not about the money at all. You don't get paid enough for what you do at all. And it's not as easy as how we just mentioned the salaries. It's not as easy as that. But obviously, you know, whatever you want to do in your life is what you want to do. But we need to make it very clear that we are not glamorizing the profession at all. This is just how much social workers get paid. This is just transparency.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, like, if other professions were transparent, you'd also be like, wow.
No, literally.
Yeah,
Yeah. And just to be specific as well, children's services, because adults get paid very differently. Yeah.
They get paid a little bit less.
Yeah.
Just a little bit less. Not that much less, but just a little bit less.
Yeah.
This is children's social work.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, this is the end.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh then because you just got it.
Guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is literally the long awaited video of how much social workers get paid, and I hope this was very insightful. I hope you guys, you know, understood, you know, the different salaries of social workers and the different levels and what you can get paid, agency, permanent. I hope this is just, you know, a good overview of all of that, and it gives you a good idea of what you're getting yourself into financially, pretty much.
Yeah.
But guys, please make sure you like and subscribe if you're enjoying this sort of content. We will bring social work content on a monthly basis on my channel and Shelza's channel. So guys, please head over to Shelza's channel, where we will speak about
the teams and what we think about it and why you should maybe join a certain team or why you shouldn't join a certain team, and we'll be as transparent as possible. And make sure you subscribe to both of our channels.
Yeah, basically literally what our personal opinions are on the social work team in children's social work. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Toodles! Guys, I can't lie, we are under the influence, but okay at the same time. Something else that I would... Please subscribe. This light is bright.
Oh mate, the light is just glaring into my soul.
Oh my gosh.